Before going to the core of the video, please like and subscribe, okay? Honduran milksnake history and care tips. Although the year was 1978, I still vividly remember seeing my first Honduran milksnakes. I was a teenager working my first job in a reptile store in Colorado. During a visit to a local wholesaler, I was directed to a cage containing several specimens of Hondurans. Previously, the only milksnakes I had seen were the local Central Plains milks, Lampropeltis triangulum gentilis, which were small snakes that rarely exceeded 2 feet in length. These Honduran milksnakes were massive animals of 5 and 6 feet, and completely unlike any milksnake I had seen before. Unfortunately, all were already sold and it would be many years before I would see Hondurans again. Then later, starting in 1991 and continuing through 2001, I began acquiring large numbers of snakes with the intent to expand into the full-time breeding business I own and operate to this day. And part of those acquisitions was a wide selection of hatchling Hondurans, including specimens of all the morphs that were available. Natural history. The Honduran milksnake, L.T. hondurensis, is known to occur in forest floor and grassland habitat throughout subtropical lowland areas of Honduras, Nicaragua and extreme northern Costa Rica. One of several very similar milksnake subspecies found throughout Central America and northwestern South America. It is a large and powerful constrictor. While adults average 4 to 5 feet in length, specimens up to 7 feet in length are known. Hondurans may be found from sea level to higher up into mountainous terrain, with specimens reported at elevations of up to 5,000 feet. There is usually little seasonal variation in climate this close to the equator. The capital city of Tegucigalpa, 3,261 feet above sea level, is at the western edge of the species range, and is representative of the upper altitude at which Honduran milksnakes are commonly found. Reported high, low, average temperatures range from 80°/55 of a degree Fahrenheit, 67, in winter months to 88°/61, 75, in summer months. Temperatures in the coastal city of Puerto Lempira, at the eastern edge of the Hondurans range, are 42 feet above sea level, range from 83°/71, 79, in winter months to 89°/74, 84, in summer months. Honduran milksnake handling tips. Honduran milksnakes are well known for being difficult to handle and squirmy when young. Distressed specimens will often defecate in the hand, and if restrained may turn and bite. Luckily, this behavior quickly vanishes if they are handled regularly and is seldom seen at all in adults. It's important to understand that it's really a fear of being eaten that makes snakes act this way. After all, they live in a world filled with animals, including other milksnakes, that would love to make a meal of a young milksnake. The trick is to not try to restrain the snake, but rather allow it to move smoothly between your fingers, or from hand to hand. I often scoop them up out of the cage and cup them between 2 hands, allowing them to venture forth and explore my fingers as they calm down. Trying to simply grab up a young Honduran quickly by chasing it about the cage is sure to get the snake all worked up, and could result in a nip. Honduran milksnake enclosure tips. Honduran milksnakes are large and powerful, well designed for a life burrowing through leaf litter and loose soil. These characteristics also make them uniquely suited for escaping from cages. So regardless of the type of caging chosen, it must be absolutely secure. Like other members of the genus Lampropeltis, Hondurans are ophiophagous, meaning they will eat other snakes, including members of their own species. Therefore they should be maintained singly. They can be rather nervous, especially juveniles, as mentioned, and actually seem more comfortable in smaller cages than one would suspect. Compact hidehouses are mandatory. Use 2, one at the warm end of the enclosure and one at the cooler end. This will allow the snake to choose its preferred temperature while still remaining hidden. At VMS, we maintain our Hondurans in plastic tubs in a rack system, with 6-quart tubs 14.5 inches long, 8 inches wide and 45/8 of an inch tall for babies, and 32-quart tubs measuring 23.5 inches long by 16 inches wide by 63/8 of an inch tall for adults. Most hobbyists can utilize standard aquaria, and a 30-gallon aquarium, 36 inches long by 12 inches wide by 14 inches tall, is appropriate for most adult Hondurans, and a 5-gallon, 16 inches long by 8 inches wide by 8 inches tall, is plenty spacious for hatchlings and juveniles up to about 2 feet in length. Undertank or substrate heating is recommended for a heat source. Place the heater at one end of the cage and use a thermostat to provide a warm side between 82 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit and a cool side between 72 and 75 degrees. Check these temperatures with a quality thermometer placed on the floor of the cage rather than a stick-on thermometer placed high up on a cage wall. Normal ambient humidity is sufficient for Honduran milksnakes kept in most homes throughout the U.S. In drier climates, it may be necessary to increase humidity slightly. Signs this is needed include a snake's failure to shed properly and/or excessive soaking in its water dish. If either are encountered, placing lightly moistened long-fibered sphagnum moss inside the hidehouses is a simple cure. Replace the moss frequently, especially if it's soiled. A number of substrates have been used successfully with Hondurans. Paper towels or newspaper are easily changes and inexpensive. If unattractive, we have utilized shredded aspen bedding for decades. It's inexpensive, lightweight and easily spot cleaned. Some keepers prefer cypress mulch as it is natural looking and can be lightly sprayed to increase humidity. Unfortunately, it can be difficult to locate in many parts of the country. Do not use pine or cedar products for bedding. Water should be provided in an easily cleaned dish placed on the cooler side of the cage. It is vital that you pay careful attention to its sanitation. A fouled water dish will quickly provide a source of infection for your snake.